Camouflage by Photels from Ascent Extended Play 2016. Welcome back to yet another build theory, and another request, one after another. And we're looking at, as you may already have seen from the stream title, an ice storm corruptor. Very recently, as in uh 3 months ago, I made a Dark Blast Storm summoning. And the person who was requesting this particular build said they didn't want Tornado and they didn't want Hurricane. Okay, fair enough. Hurricane is a particularly situational power. I'm not taking Tornado out of the build, straight up. Now, they also said something about they really didn't want flight. Okay, we can work around that. And those were kind of the limitations. I'm not taking Tornado out because Tornado for Storms is a very powerful pet. Now, keeping that in mind, I'm going to keep my previous Dark Storm open in the background, and we're going to start off as what's normal for a backport and just change Dark Blast to Ice Blast and see what needs to change. And we just lost a bunch of slots. We lost Frost Breath, Freeze Spray, and Blizzard. And we also picked up Aim, which the Dark Blast on Corruptors didn't actually get a build up or aim function. So that one's going to be incredibly easy to fill in because we know at least we're putting a Gaussian proc in there. Alright, and that does free us up for the moment a slot. What we do with it, we're not sure yet. And what else did we lose? Alright, we lost our PBAOE in Armageddon. We lost a Snipes or Recharge in Moonbeam. And we lost Freeze Ray to Neighbor's Tentacles. We lost our artillery, so range defense. So the only thing that we lost other than recharge is a significant amount of range defense. Well, we're going to pick that range defense right back up because we can either go Superior Frozen Blast or Artillery in Blizzard. And looking over the build, I don't think we're using Frozen Blast at all right now. That will give us a utility and a freeze, so we have an option. We can just slide an artillery into there, but let's kind of look on what else did we leave. We don't have bitter ice blast. Over on the dark, that was torrent that I skipped because it was just only minor damage with a knockback component. Bitter Ice Blast is a strong damage, so we do kind of want to pick that up. We already have a spot then to drop Hurricane and theoretically slide in Bitter Ice Blast. Now, Freeze Ray is just a hold and does a little bit of minor damage. Frost Breath is a cone. It's another place we could stick an artillery. And Bitter Ice Blast, we probably want to stick something with a bit of damage behind it. We are presently not using Superior's Winter Bite. And how short are we? We're still actually at Smashing Lethal Defense, Energy Defense. We're only short on ranged. So if we pick up almost any ranged, we'll be doing pretty good. And we'll take a moment here to readjust our Tornado build and swap some of this around. We've got a 4-pump Superior Scorching Blast, and I'm not really sure why I only went 4 down on it. I think for the accuracy boost. We have the Achilles Heel chance for resistance debuff so that our Tornado pumps out some debuffage while it's pounding on an enemy, and we have knockback to knockdown so it doesn't fling enemies all over the place. That's too valuable to pass up. Now, as to the powers that we've got left to work with. Kind of Bitter Ice Blast, we want to stick a damage in. If we go Superior's Winter Bite, we can Well, we're not going to pick up very much ranged. Let's tentatively then. We want to pick up as much damage as possible on Blizzard. So we're at this point we're probably going to do a full Ragnarok on Blizzard. Going to +5 it all the way, so we pick back up the recharge, the 10% recharge. And we're only going to do 5 slots. And for a lot of ones, to look at Black Star for a second, you'll see me skip the damage portion, and here's why. If I mouse over, and if you put all of these damage endurance, accuracy, damage recharge, and damage recharge to pump 5, you're into red cap ED at 97.39%. Over on Blizzard, where I just did the same thing, I put the damage endurance, accuracy, damage recharge, and damage to pump 5, and I'm only at 107.33. I've only gained about 10% damage on a enhancement that is offering Schedule A 66.2% damage boost. So that's why you'll see me make that kind of slotting change. And I'm not putting the chance for knockdown in. Now, theoretically, you could turn Blizzard into a slip and slide by adding knockback, but we've already got knockback in Tornado. We've already got well, okay, Lightning Storm's not doing knockback, or at least this version says it's not doing knockback. And still, it's kind of with Tornado potentially in play on a hardened target. We won't press it and do a Ragnarok chance for knockdown. We just want straight damage. That frees us up one slot, and now we probably Frost Breath. Are we even? It's actually a pretty good question. Are we even going to use Frost Breath in any kind of capacity? And the probable answer is maybe not. Potentially, then, Frost Breath is a place where we could drop, because all it is a cone slow very close. Alright, so what do we... Hang on, I didn't have combat jumping turned on. Where are we at with combat jumping? We're actually really, really in a better place. I had agility turned on. Let's turn agility off. Okay, we weren't quite to smashing lethal with agility off. So if we can pick up some smashing lethal damage along the way, that'd be great. We can pick up some ranged defense with Superior's Winter Bite and Bitter Ice Blast. So that's what we'll go ahead and do here. We'll grab a slot from Frostbath. Tentatively, we'll do slots and enhancement slots, auto arrange all slots, Bitter Ice Blast, and give ourselves a Superior Winter's Bite. And we are only a few pumps short. Freeze Ray, we can either do damage or we can do hold. We are a Corruptor. Our hold duration is not going to be very long. Let's just go ahead and, for the moment, slot this out so you can see what I'm on about. We're going to go with Basilisk Gaze. And I want to take... Oh, no. I want to take all the hold durations. Okay. That was the first one. Accuracy recharge, change to decline. And we're actually going to +5 all of these. Maximize the amount of hold we're getting. Alright. We are presently not quite into range soft cap. And if we look at our hold values, we'll lock this off. Our hold duration is 18.27 seconds. Okay, that's actually not too bad. Now, we've also got a hold down here in Bitter Freeze Ray, which is also a damage power, a much more damaging damage power. We'll kind of leave it where it is. And we don't want to under damage that. We did get actually a decent boost out of there. We're already using Superior Wind and Fire. Our next step would be either Overwhelming Force, which we're not presently using, or Thunderstrike, which does give us a strong lead. If we go here to Frost Breath, we can potentially set up Artillery. And Artillery will definitely put us over on Frost Breath. And another factor to keep in mind here, if looking at Bitter Freeze Ray, locking Bitter Freeze Ray off, and that it has a recharge base of 15 seconds, current recharge of 3.59 seconds, cast time of 2.5 seconds. Freeze Ray has a cast time of 1 second and a recharge of 2.52. Uh, what this will mean in practicality is that you can stack freeze ray very quickly. It's a quick power, so maybe taking the hit on damage on freeze ray and just going with basilisk gaze gives you maybe a more reliable single target hold that you can quickly stack. And then if you are able to fire off bitter freeze ray to open up an engagement, uh, you will be hitting for much stronger damage. So there we go, a Dark Blast into a Ice Storm mace, and we are still admittedly with agility in play. Soft cap to smashing lethal energy, negative damages, and range, so we can basically plink away with impunity from afar. Ice Storm, Freezing Rain, let's do a real quick check, set some bonuses. I don't have anything that's overcapped. Lightning Storm also has a chance, hopefully, to heal us back. I haven't actually tried this with my own Storm uh, to see how well that works. And also, something else in here is I went with Sorcery, which does have a flight power to go Rune of Protection really late for that Unbreakable Guard max HP, and also to pick up in Flame. And what I'm not sure of, and again, this is something I haven't checked, is if you can put Inflame on a tornado. Uh, you ever got that moment where you really think you should probably check something? Uh, so we're going to bring our Ill Storm online, and oh, that picked the right window. Thank you. And there's our illusion control. And 1 second while we clear. Clear, clear, clear. All right, we are clear. And we'll head for there. And now we'll turn the window back on and bring it up. All right, this is an Illusion Storm controller. I've talked about her before. Uh, and part of the reason I have her like she is that she has taken Seismic Smash, because she is the kind of person who will happily just whack you with a rock. All right, our trainer's over here. And we'll do train up to a new level. Select to rename your active build. Alright, we're currently on 2 stone, so we'll swap to this one. And now we're going to have to go a little deep on our powers. Because what we want is we want both tornado and inflame. Yes, yes, I've opened up pool powers. We'll go ahead and start on sorcery. And we'll do Spirit Ward. And next we'll do Mystic Flight. And oh, I hate it when that happens. Clear that window. Train up to your new level. And I'm not high enough level yet, so we'll go ahead and do O2 boost. Train up to next level. Train up to next level. Want Steamy Mist now. Train up to next level. We're up to group invisibility. And now we can get Inflame. Alright. Now we're just on our way to Tornado, which is really deep. Phantom Army. Well, train up. And this was like when I'd be going off to kick, tough, and weave. So we'll go ahead and go that way. Right, 24, tough. Train up to next level. Spectral Terror. 28. We're closing in. Just a few more levels to go. And if you've ever wondered, do I actually plan these ahead of time? Yeah, I think it's obvious. Not really. Let's just dive right in. I had somebody who commented on one of the uh, where I was posting these videos. They really didn't like the kind of haphazard all over the place, and it's like they had been video editing for so long they just wanted to edit the video straight down to important bits. I'm gonna going. You're missing the point of why these videos are like they are. Now we're going to go someplace away from mobs because right now I really don't have anything, no slotting to handle them. And where's our tornado? It's going to be blue. There you are. All right. What the what? Do I have lock? Oh, lock powers and tray is set for some reason. Okay. Well, we'll change that. So we'll put out tornado. And no, tornado does not show up as an active pet. I cannot actually put inflame on him. All right, can I put inflame? Nope, I cannot put inflame. But I can put inflame on. And apparently you cannot auto inflame. Oh well, nice to know. Okay, so answer that particular series of questions. So since we know that for certain now, we can come back and look at our builds. Inflame is only buying us a recharge time right now. We don't actually have anything that we can set it on. Can it be set on Lightning Storm? You know, I might want to answer that question too. Just have to get a couple more levels. And Lightning Storm. Okay, Lightning Storm. Lightning Storm does not show up as a selectable pet, so it cannot have Inflame put on it. Okay, answered that question as well. Oh, I just realized you didn't see that. There's Lightning Storm is out and no way to target it, so cannot add Inflame to either one of those. Alright. We can kind of safely then take out Inflame. I had Rune of Protection down here for that, but we can kind of drop that, kind of drop Inflame. What was I taking Spirit Ward for? Taking Spirit Ward for a recharge. Now, since I know that this player didn't want, we can kind of keep some of the same slotting. We'll do Speed Ascent. No. Need to go back to Info. Speed of Sound. We can do Speed of Sound at Pump 4. And that also gives us a teleport to getting close. And then we can do Experimental Injection, which will let us keep our Panacea, or we could, you know, maybe be nasty with it and say go with Synapse's Shock for the run speed or Power Transfer. If we can pick up a single slot, we could do Corrosive Vial and Adrenal Booster. Adrenal Booster will take a 2-hit. See, we did get Aim, which was already had a 2-hit boost. So maybe thinking about not taking Adrenal Booster. I don't know. Let's think about that. Corrosive Vial can take that Bombardment. Okay, we'll kind of plan 2-hit buff recharge. Does Adrenal Booster... Yeah. So we can fill out the same slotting. And one of the reasons why I like taking Bombardment way over Positron is that Bombardment does give us that the ranged enhancement, even though its other values accuracy and enhancement time are lower. Having a little bit extra range can be very careful if you're trying to position yourself. That and I just have an illogical hatred of Positron's Blast. Don't ask me why. Alright, and Experimental Injection, do we want to keep that high recharge time? Or do we want to... I mean, it's like, if we could pick up a slot from somewhere. I mean, the easiest place to pick up a slot would be from Bombardment. And we get a little bit more recharge time going that way. And, ooh, that's possibly even nastier. Swap this to Annihilation. And we pick up a Resist buff. And we can go pick up Chance to Heal Self. And some other maximum and hit points accuracy. Anyways, Bombardment's really, I think it's classified as a rare, but its values really place it, its stat values really place it more as an uncommon set. All right, but there we go. I'm hearing someone upstairs, and I really don't know if they're trying to get my attention, if I need to go help them, or if they're just being obnoxious. Okay, so that's what we got then. This is what I will talk to the player in question, and this video would hopefully explain why I'm keeping Tornado in the build. It is a lot of damage to put down if we actually uh, lock it off and look at it. It can do up to 1,000 points of average damage. And admittedly, that is calculated with the Corruptor's uh, Scourge in effect and with aim being toggled. Is there anything we can swap real quickly around to get aim a little lower in the build? And not really. I mean, you're not really going to be into smashing lethal soft caps until you get to Scorpion Shield. But you could be into, if you've catalyzed everything, if you went catalyzed instead of plussing on these artilleries, you could be potentially into ranged soft cap as soon as weave is effective, which it would be around 25, 27, 28. So mid-range task forces. Uh, so I really don't want to move weave later in the build because that that's a very compelling reason to make this build and just catalyze everything. Because I think I have, yeah. If you plucked Basilisk Gaze, catalyzed the artilleries, uh, you would be into, yeah. If you use catalyzed artilleries and plussed the free and plucked the Basilisk Gaze, you would be into ranged soft cap as soon as weave was taken, which uh, would be in that 30 range. And I think that's it. I think that's everything I need to cover. It's been